Hi, Epstein with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 24th of January, 2024, the day after the New Hampshire primary, and the time right now, well, getting on just about 8:17 a.m. Central Time. So Nikki Haley loses by double digits. She vows to go on. Is it a futile move? Probably. She has a big fundraiser coming up in New York City. We'll see if she gets enough money there because that's where the money speaks. Will she get enough money for even more advertising? She's thrown quite a bit of it in South Carolina. But the market, I think, is reacting to a Trump win. And the market is looking at that as there's one left, and he just can't wait for her to go away. And you can see what the market's doing. All of the markets are up in the metals. Now, in part, that is because China just can't sit still. It's got a problem. And I've said this over and over, and out of nowhere, the central bank there, Mr. Pan, did the announcement himself, which is highly unusual. They are cutting early February the reserve ratio by 0.4 of a point. That'll put in a couple of $100 billion or $100.5 billion of dollars in the market, free for the banks to do other things. One of the things that the market will do is it'll give a jump in the copper market, iron ore markets. Those are the immediate beneficiaries. You always think if the money frees up, it means infrastructure. And that's what I would think too. The dollar getting hit hard right now. Look at most of the currencies climbing against the dollar. I'm very surprised at seeing how much we are rallying. The yen is one of the beneficiaries. I don't quite understand why, but it is getting one of those rallies today. Energy markets getting another bid. Bonds and notes, well, again, I'm going to repeat. I think that this is the Trump nomination going forward, big time. Getting a bid here, lower rates, short covering coming into the grains that we've been looking at, and have we made a reaction low in Bitcoin? It could be. I read a newsletter by Ian Bremmer called G0, and in it he showed charts going back to the creation of Bitcoin, then the different events, including the last ETF. After each major event, and it's an interesting chart because I've never paid attention in looking at it, there's always a big break in the market. And you just had one, and then the market comes back and takes out those highs over time. So that's what's been going on. Sometimes a simple chart gives you a lot of ideas. I had not looked at that. So we got the mortgage market headline numbers and the headline itself up, but the refi. Market's not getting aggressive on the refi, if anything dropping back because rates have been climbing the past week and a half. S&P Global Group, they're going to release the preliminary January manufacturing and service sector PMIs. They're going to be important. The EIA petroleum stocks come out today at 9:30 a.m. China, as I said, February 5th, they're going to cut the rate. This is the third reserve ratio cut in 12 months. It's going to free up, I said, 150. It's 139 billion is what I had written on that. Netflix yesterday added 13.1 million viewers. That's blowout. The tech stocks are still leading the parade in the stock market. It's up 10% this morning. The I think you call it Cube, hedge fund is making $1 billion bet, I read against this today, against German stocks as a downturn in global demand slows Europe's biggest economy. Well, we'll see. U.S. gets a lot of new data tomorrow covering GDP, durable goods, jobless claims, manufacturing, and tomorrow we get the European Central Bank first thing in the morning, and Tesla reports today after the closing bell. So if you think you don't have a lot of information there, wrong. You have a real lot coming at you. And this is the type of day that I turn to one of my tools, and I always look to see what does the tool say. It's a pivot point. What a pivot point does is it looks at the prior day's range, and there's a formula that comes about. And what the formula does via the math, it comes out with 2 sell points, resistance points, if you will, above the market, 2 points of buying below a median price that it does. So it comes up there, takes a look at it, and you will get a white line, if you plot it properly, with sell numbers, resistance levels above the market, and buy numbers below the market. Now, currency traders sometimes take this out to 3 values. Most of the futures traders will take this out to 2 values. What I do unique, and this is a free course for you, I emphasize the word free for you, I tie with it my version of slow stochastics, because the timing of them, I think, if you will, accentuates the value of what these numbers are. So I look at this all the time. I'm not a day trader. I don't tell my clients to day trade. Day trades happen when either the whole objectives hit all of a sudden, or I'm wrong in my analysis and they're out of the market. Otherwise, it's primarily what I'll call swing trades, trades that you're in. They can go as long as the dimension goes. It could be a month, it can be 3 days. It varies on what it does. But with these pivot points, it's points of entry that I'm always using. And then let's assume that I wanted to come out in a number, a certain area, and the market's getting down to a buy area, and let's assume I'm 5-10 points away. Why am I hanging in there? So I can issue special updates and tell clients, you know something, the pivots are doing blah, blah, or I'm just saying, hey, adjust your exit point to do such and such. Want to learn how to do it? As I said, it's a free video course. Go to iraepstein.com. Free offers is where this is. Free offers, or move your cursor to the top up here for free offers and do it that way. I'll catch up with all of you at the end of the day today. You have a great day, and it's pretty wild early trading. Let's see what that's going to bring us the rest of the trading day. Take care.